Hello everyone, welcome to the Cloud Careers YouTube channel. My name is Manoj Verma and thank you for watching the session. So today in this session, I would like to talk more about patch management in Linux. People who are watching this video, this is the session 9 of my free Linux training tutorial. Before that, we have covered 8 sessions that are related to basics of Linux, how to operate Linux, how to create a file, how to delete a file, what is a command Linux. A lot of videos have been covered. So before, if you have any questions related to any sort of basics, please feel free to walk through my channel. And one more request to everyone, in case if you are watching my channel for the first time, so please ensure you subscribe to the content. Please subscribe to the channel and hit a like button. So a lot of content is going to be posted on the top of channel, and I hope you find it interesting. So please hit a like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, coming back to the topic. Today in this session, we are going to talk about patch management or package management in Linux. What is a package? First of all, if you are coming from the Windows world, usually any software, we call it as install the software or uninstall the software or update the software, right? The word software, we call it as a package in Linux. In the community, in the Linux community, we call a software as a package. Okay, then what is a patch? So in Windows, we use the word called as update, right? Hey, my software got an update, my operating system got an update. That update, that word update is referred as a patch in Linux. Okay, you install a software and that software has a bug. A software community or the software company is going to release some software updates to fix the issue or to fix the bugs. And those things are called as a patches in Linux. Okay, now how to update? In Windows, it's a very straightforward thing. You go and you click an update, it's going to update, right? Then in Linux, how are you going to update the packages? Or how are you going to update a patch? How to delete a package? So let's try to talk about it. So in Linux, in how many ways can you install a package? Okay, so if you're using Linux, in how many ways can we install a package? Okay, so this is a very important question, and this is something which is one of the most commonly asked interview question. So if you're using, okay, if you are using, okay, let's try to write about it. So if you're using CentOS based machines, YUM or DNF are the package managers in Linux. A package manager is nothing but a tool which helps you in installing the packages. Another thing is RPM. RPM stands for Red Hat Package Manager. Okay, so RPM stands for Red Hat Package Manager, and another way is source code based installation. This talks more in a developer friend, so I don't want to talk much. So this is something I'm talking about in the context of CentOS, or if you're talking about a Red Hat based machines. Okay, if you're talking about a Red Hat based machines, this is the answer. Okay, so YUM is a package manager in Linux, okay, which is nothing but in the CentOS flavors of Linux, which helps you in installing a package. RPM is also a type of package manager, not typically a package manager. So it helps you in installing a particular package. I don't consider completely as a package manager. And the main difference between YUM, the tool YUM, and RPM is YUM helps you in making your life more easy. What exactly it mentioned? For example, if you install a package with YUM, okay, YUM install, for example, package name, whatever the package or whatever the software that you want to install. If you mention this, okay, this is going to install a package with the name X. Okay, okay. Now, for example, if the package X, has a dependency to be installed. Okay, for example, if the package X needs to be installed, the minimum expectation is, okay, for example, okay, as per the to be installed, A, B, and C, these are the 3 softwares that needs to be installed. And for C, you need to have some packages like P, Q needs to be installed. So like that, if you're having some dependencies, that means in order to install the package X, you need to ensure package A, package B, package C needs to be installed. And for package C, the prerequisites are package Q and package P. Okay, if you fall into that category, okay, so you need to ensure A needs to be installed first and B needs to be installed first. Before you install C, P and Q needs to be installed, and then you need to install C. Then if you have met the criteria, then you can install the package X. Okay, then you can install the package X, and these packages are called as dependent packages. When you're using yum, you don't have to worry about any of the thing. For example, I want to install a package named as Nginx. Yum install Nginx. Nginx is a web server. Now, whatever the prerequisite softwares or whatever the prerequisite packages that are needed for the package Nginx, all of the dependencies will be handled, or all of the dependent packages will be installed by the package manager yum. That is the beauty of yum package manager. Okay, there's a beauty of yum package manager. Now, similarly, if you are talking about the Red Hat based machines, you also have another type of installation called as RPM. RPM stands for Red Hat Package Manager. So for example, if you want to use RPM, okay, if you want to install any package using RPM, okay, if you want to install any package using RPM, okay, so if you want to install any package using RPM, okay, for example, the command to install any package using RPM is, for example, you need to, these are the steps. Okay, first, it's your responsibility. Download the package that you want to install. Okay, so for example, if you want to install any package, you need to download that package first. Okay, you need to download that package first. So once the package is downloaded, for example, using the so for example, you want to install a package. So first wget that package, which is nothing but wget is a command which helps you in downloading something from the internet. So wget. Okay, something like that. So wget that package, you downloaded that. Once you downloaded that, what you need to do is you need to install it. Okay, you need to install it. How are you going to install? RPM. The command to do that is RPM-IVH. Install that. Okay, and then you need to mention the package name. Okay, in my case, file.rpm. It's going to install the package with file RPM. Okay, file RPM is a package which is going to be installed. But here, the prerequisite is, so RPM, the package manager, Red Hat package manager is not really going to take care about what are the prerequisites that are needed. It really don't care. Okay, it's you as a user, it's your responsibility to make sure whatever the packages that are needed for the RPM package, you needs to be installed. So RPM really don't care about the prerequisites. Okay. Here you're responsible for dependent packages. Okay, that is the prerequisite. Okay, so this I would like to mention it in orange color. Okay. Okay, that is the main drawback with RPM. Okay, this is how you can install any of the package using RPM. The main difference between yum and RPM is the moment you say, I want to install a package, which is nothing but a software, you just need to mention yum install Nginx. So what exactly happens in the background? It is going to download the package by going to the internet. It looks for the appropriate repository and it's going to download that. And it's going to be installed on the top of your Linux machine. While RPM is not like that. When you're talking about RPM, you need to ensure that whatever the packages that are needed for the package that you're installing, it's your responsibility to ensure that you install all of them manually. Okay, this is how you can install a package. Okay, so this is the command to install a package. Installs a package. So similarly, if you want to delete a package, or if you want to update, your software is already installed. Now you just want to update it. All you need to do is, okay, instead of I, you just need to say -u. Okay. It's going to update the package, file RPM, whatever the package that is there, it's going to update to the latest version. Okay. All right. That's how you can do that. Now, you don't like the package, you want to remove this. All you need to do is very straight. You come here and just say what I did. Okay. Sorry about the typing mistake. Now all I want is 3. V stands for verbose. Okay, it's installed. It's going to update the package. Okay, it's going to install the package. These are different ways. Okay, yum is a very straightforward thing. So this is majority of the times in interviews they'll ask you how do you install a package using RPM, or how do you update a package using RPM. Okay, so for example, if you want to delete a package, it's a very straightforward again. So you need to use a flag called as E. E stands for erase. RPM-E. That's all. It's going to erase or uninstall the package. Okay, this is how you can install or remove any of the packages using RPM. Okay, it's a very straightforward. Let me go through how to install it using yum. Okay, so let's try to do that. So in practice, let's try to do that. Now you can think, hey, Manu, if it is Red Hat, you're using yum. But if it is Debian based machines, what is that? Okay, so if it is a Debian based machine, the alternative for yum is okay. So Debian is Red Hat based package manager. Only on the Red Hat based machines you'll see that. If it is a Debian based machines, you'll see apt-get. Okay, they are the package managers in Debian based machines. Okay, which I'm not much interested about. Let's try to talk about the rest of the things. Let me try to go ahead and try to show you how to install a package. Okay, so let me come here and show you. Okay, so here are the top 10 actions that are highly used. So let me open the notepad and try to show you. Here are one of the top 10 used commands in Red Hat Linux. So let me try to show them. Okay, so here are the top 10 Red Hat Linux, okay, Linux commands that we use in general. Let's try to explain all of them. Okay, so all of these commands, I'm going to enclose them in the Linux notes, which I'm going to place it on the top of the description. Now let's try to see all of them in action. Okay, now let me try to connect to my machine. I have connected to my machine, and uptime is a command to check since when the machine is up. Okay, now how can I check? For example, if it is Windows, on the top right corner, you have an option called as Software Update Center. The moment you click that, it goes and search in the internet whether are there any updates are available for the particular operating system or not, right? But in Linux, everything is a command. If you want to see the list of the updates that are available, all you need to do is yum. Okay, yum check update. Okay, it's just like clicking check software update in your Windows machine. Yum check update. Okay, so it's going to check the list of updates that are available on your Linux machine. Now what it says, now it goes to the internet. Now it examines what are all the packages that are installed on your computer. Now it goes to the internet and it searches for the list of all the updates that are available for your machine. So these are the list of packages that are installed on your computer. And for these packages that are installed, if you see this at the left bottom, left, right, you have an option called as updates. That means all these packages can be updated. All these packages can be updated. So these many packages can be updated. Now, if you want to update all the packages, how do you do? How do you do? All you need to do is yum update. This is going to update all the packages. So if in interview, if they ask you how do you update all the packages that are available on your Linux machine, the answer is yum update. Yum update is going to update all the packages that are available on the machine. For example, you might see that when you run yum update, it is going to say, hey, this command is supposed to be executed by the root user. As I said, in corporate or in the enterprise environment, you will never ever have root credentials. That means you can never ever sign in as a root user. Now, if you want to execute any particular command as a root user, you need to execute the same command by using something called a sudo. Now, the moment you execute the command with sudo as a prefix, the particular command will be executed as a root user. That means you will get a root privilege temporarily. Okay, so everyone in the machine or every user account in the machine will have an option to execute each and every command as a sudo? Definitely not. Only the selected users. You as an engineer has the ability, capability, you are the decision maker who need to make a decision who should be having sudo access and who should not be having sudo access is something needs to be decided by the cloud, DevOps or administrator. Okay, who is the responsible for managing this Linux machine. Now, how do you delegate who can access root and who cannot access root is something we'll talk about in the upcoming session or in the current session. But for now, I'm going to check the list. I'm going to update all the packages that are available. You click it. Now we have update. Now all the packages are going to be updated on the top of this machine. And it's going to take a lot of time because if you're having 100 packages and if 100 packages having 100 updates, each and every package needs to be updated. For example, if you come here and check total, you have 259 MB updates are available. Okay, and do you want to download it or do you don't want to download it? You can mention no. That means it's not going to be installed, right? Now, if you want to go with auto approve, okay, auto approve is nothing but -y, which means every time you install a package, it says that, hey, you're going to install the package. Do you want to proceed it or not? So you can also give it y. So it's going to install all the packages without taking your concern. Do you want me to install or not? Do you want me to install or not? Wherever you get a prompt, install, 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 it's going to install automatically. It's going to install automatically. Since this is a lab machine, it is having lesser weight, which means the number of packages are very less on this machine. So it would take 2 to 3 minutes of time, and then all the packages would be installed. For example, if you're working on an enterprise machine, it takes a lot of time because based on the number of softwares that are installed. And for example, as a part of the best practice, it is always recommended to update your machine for every 4 weeks once. At least once in a month, you need to update your patches to keep the machine up to the date with the latest packages or with the latest softwares. Okay, as per the organization policy, the number of times a month or number of times a quarter the software needs to be updated or a packages needs to be updated will be decided. Okay, so for example, if you are updating your machine for every once in 6 months, so the moment you try to update it, it's gonna take a lot of time. If you are maintaining a healthy practice of updating your machines for every 1 month once, the number of updates are very less, so the updates will be more. Okay, so then update time will be very less. Okay, so it's always a recommended practice to ensure you update your patches on a day, on a monthly basis at least. But however, it is 100% determined by your company as per your project goal. Okay, but it's always a best practice to keep your machines up to the date with the latest software. If you're using the latest updates and packages, your machines are less to the vulnerabilities, is less prone to the vulnerabilities, and it will have higher performance with the softwares. Okay, now again, it's going to take a lot of time. Okay, so it's going to check for all the available updates and it's going to update them to the latest version. Now, you know what? It's going to take a lot of time. Okay, it will take 4 to 5 minutes of time. I don't want to wait on this. So, and that's the reason just before the session, I have created one more server. I'll come here just to save time. Let it come in the background. I can open one more session. Okay, let it run in the background. Let me connect to the machine. Okay, connected to the machine. This is a brand new machine just I created before the session. Okay, all right. Now, what's next? Now, how can I check? Okay, so mupdate is a command. Similarly, you also have another option called as upgrade. Okay, so upgrade is another option. The only difference between update and upgrade is, okay, so update just updates the packages. The upgrade is also going to update the packages, but if the system feels any of the packages are obsolete, that means which are no longer supported or which are very old, and if the community is no longer supporting, those packages are going to be deleted. So upgrade is a little tricky and dependent option. So think twice before you run that command. Okay, now how do I come to know the list of updates? Okay, list of updates for a selected package. Okay, now first I want to install a package. How can I install a package? Now I want to install a package called as Nginx. Nginx is a web server. So whenever you want to expose any, or whenever you want to run any sort of web applications, not web application, web server, okay, which you want to expose any sort of static content, you need to have a web server called as Nginx. So Nginx is just a package for now. Let's try to understand. I want to install it. Yum. Okay, I want to install a package. So install Nginx. Now it's going to install a package called as Nginx-i. Now it's going to install the package, and wherever it prompts, hey, do you want to install it? Hey, do you want to install it? And every time it's going to prompt with yes. Now click on it. Okay, now this is going to install the package whose name is Nginx. Whose name is Nginx. All right, so let it run. Now you can see here it has already installed. Okay, all the updates are installed. Okay, I'll come back here later. Now it has installed all the packages. Okay, it has installed the package with the name Nginx. Now, if you want to see the information of the particular package, how do you know that? So yum info. So what is the package information that you want to check? Nginx. Can you see this? It says the package Nginx is installed. Okay. Now, what is the status of it? The status of it is installed, and it is downloaded from which repository? It has downloaded from EPEL. EPEL stands for Extra Packages for Enterprise Linux. And if you see, the size of the installation is 1.7, and it is released 10EL7. And what is the version of it? 1.20.1. This is very famous interview question. How do you know the information of any particular package that is installed on your computer? You can also see the system architecture. It is x86, which is nothing but a 64-bit CPU architecture. There are two types of CPU architectures, which can process 32 bits at a time, which is nothing but 32-bit processor. And another thing is 64-bit processor. So right now, from last 3 to 4 years, all the CPUs are of type 64 bits, 64-bit architecture. This is how you can see what is the information or the information about a particular package. And you're working in a project, and where your project is working on some particular package, and you don't know what that package does. So it's very simple. You get to know what is the package name, yum info package name. It gives you the description. Nginx is a web server and a reverse proxy server for HTTP, SMTP, and POP3, and with a strong focus on concurrency, performance, and low memory usage. So you got to know some better information about it. All right. So for example, if you want to know the list of packages that are installed on your Linux machine, how do you know that? So the command to do that is yum list installed. This is going to show you the list of packages that are available on your Linux machine, that are installed on your Linux machine. Okay, it's a very interactive command. Now you can see a lot of packages are there, right? And if you're not sure, how can you count? Okay, for example, if your manager has asked you, I want to know the total number of packages that are installed on your Linux machine, then you don't have to come and count each and every machine. Instead, what you can do is you can put an up arrow, put a pipe, WC-L, word count. So it's going to show you the total number of lines. Okay, now you already know what is a pipe does. Pipe always sends the output of first command as an input to the second command. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Pipe is something which I have learned in session 8 or in the previous session. Now enter. Now you can see the total number of packages are 369 packages that are installed on this Linux machine. Now, how can I know the total number of packages that are available in the internet with respect to CentOS 7? If you want to see the total number of packages that are available in the Linux, you can also check that. Okay, it's not like you create a Linux machine and that will have all the packages installed. No, you are going to install the packages based on the need basis. Now, if you want to see the list of packages that are available in the internet, yum list all. WC-L, it's going to show you the list of all the packages that are available for this particular machine. Okay, so 25,514 packages or softwares are available for this particular machine, out of which 369 packages are installed. All right, that's how you can know the information of it. Okay, now, for example, if you want to remove any particular package, and the command to do that is yum remove nginx. Okay, you mention -i. Now it's going to delete the package nginx, and wherever it asks you, do you want me to proceed, yes or no? Do you want me to proceed, yes or no? Every time it's going to delete the package. Okay, all right. Any questions? Any questions? All right, perfect. Now, this is how you can remove a package. Okay, so typically in almost all the companies, for a monthly once or quarterly once, you are going to update your machines. Okay, and the command to do that is yum update -i. This is going to update all the patches or all the available softwares. It's going to update. Now, once you update all the packages, there are certain sort of updates that needs your system to be restarted. That needs your system to be restarted. So in how many ways can we restart the machine? There are two ways that you can restart the machine. All you need to do is come here, click on this. You can click on the restart button, reboot button. That is UI based option. For example, if you want to restart, there is another option to restart, and that option is okay, sudo init6. Okay, okay. So this is going to shut down the machine and it's going to restart the machine. Okay, there are two options: shut down the machine and restart the machine. All right, guys. Okay, so that's about. Now, for example, this, since you updated all the packages, it's always the best practice to restart. Okay, when you restart, there are certain packages which will be updated only when you restart. That means even though they are updated, for them to come to active, they need to be restarted. Now try to connect to the server. Since it went for a restart, it takes some time. Now, what is this init6 that I have executed? Okay, so in order to understand that, you need to understand something called as run levels in Linux. Okay, this is also a very, very, very important interview question. So you go to DevOps or cloud or Linux profiles. This is a very important question that you come across. Run levels in Linux. What is a run level in Linux? So how, in which mode you want to operate it in Linux? There are 6 ways that you can operate in Linux. Okay, so it's called as in halt. Okay, if you want to shut down the machine, you use halt. And another sort of run level is one. One is going to, okay, start the server in a single user mode. What is a single user mode? Okay, single user mode is nothing but when you start the machine in a single user mode. Okay, typically in data centers and all, which will be having a console. For example, data center server with console. If you're talking about the on-prem, okay, so each and every server that you are going to have in the data center, typically they can have a console. Okay, so if your system has a disk issue or if your system has some memory card issue, someone has to go and connect to the server and work on it, right? Which is nothing but the maintenance guy or the service engineer. So for him, in order to interact, it should have its own console, right? Just like your computer. It's not like each and every machine will have a console, but in the data center, there are certain machines that will have a console attached to it. Now, when he does some maintenance, he don't want the system to have any number of users. So only he want to interact to it so that he can get some better control of the machine. If you want to start the machine in a single user mode, that means this machine can be connected only from this console. And if you want to land into that situation, you can start the machine by using something called a sudo init1. Okay, so init1, it's going to start the machine in a single user mode. And second thing is multi-user mode without networking. Okay, so multi-user mode without networking. What is this multi-user mode and without networking? So this run level provides multiple user environment without networking. So, okay, so whenever you want to start the system with multiple users, but you don't want file system and networking, you can start this. It's going to start the full set of services, but does not enable the networking services. Okay, that is, networking is not going to be enabled. And this is something which you don't use on a day-to-day basis. The run level which you use on a day-to-day basis is run level 3, which is nothing but, okay, multi-user mode with networking. If the networking is not enabled, you cannot connect to the system and the server cannot be exposed. Okay, so, and you cannot do business, by the way. Okay, and this is the third user mode. Okay, so this is going to start the machine in third run level. And this is one of the most commonly asked interview question, run levels in Linux. Okay, and this is something which you start with networking, by the way, multi-user mode with networking. Another mode is 4. This is custom. This is not for specific configuration. Okay, so this is only for reserved. Run level 4 is reserved only for custom purpose. Okay, and fifth mode. This mode is something like, so a lot of people will think Linux won't be having a graphical user interface. That's 100% not true. It's your choice. You can also create you can also start a machine with a graphical user interface. But the moment you start a machine with a graphical user interface, it is going to consume a lot of CPU and memory, because GUI always needs more CPU and memory. For example, there are certain companies which gives their employees Linux machines, and those machines are having GUI. Okay, so it's not like Linux won't be having GUI. Linux is a command line operating system, but also facilitates the graphical user interface. Okay, so yeah, but it starts the machine in GUI. If you want to start the machine in graphical user interface, you can use it. But this is not much used unless until this is a client-based machine. Okay, so let me put it in orange color. Done. Next thing is run level 6. This is like to start a mission. Okay, it is to reboot. Okay, so whatever the mode that you want to start with, all you need to do is, for example, if you want to shut down the machine, you do sudo init 0. This is going to shut down the machine. Okay, for example, if you want to restart the machine, sudo init 6. Now, if you want to start the machine in a single user mode, the moment you do that, system goes to the maintenance board. That means you can no longer connect. Okay. Now, how do I come to know on which run level I am in? On which run level I am in? So, password. Let me connect to the machine. I just connected to my machine. You can also check uptime. The machine is just up 5 minutes back. That means all the patches are installed. Now, if you try to update it again, as all the patches are already updated, it's going to go and check. It's going to report to you that none of the packages are reported for updates. Okay, this is what we are going to expect when the system has almost all the packages. Now, how do I come to know in which mode is my Linux machine started? So the command to do that is run level. Run level is a command which is going to tell you on which mode the system has been run. Now the system is running with run level 3, which means the system is running with run level 3 means it has started with multi-user mode with networking. Okay, so when you want to start the machine, sudo init 0 is going to shut down the machine. When you want to shut down and restart the machine, sudo init 6. Okay, sudo init 6 is like reboot. Okay, this is very important question, and if you are not able to answer this question, that means you're on soup. So try to ensure that you understand these run levels very, very well. Okay, that's about it. Okay, that's about the run levels in Linux. Okay, and in the upcoming session, I'm going to talk about services and networking. So please stay tuned. And again, one more request, and we are close to reaching 1,000 subscribers. As a YouTuber, it's gonna give a lot of pleasure and a lot of encouragement for me to post more videos. And if you like the content and if you like the approach that we are posting the content, please ensure you subscribe to the channel and try to hit the video with the like button. So as a YouTuber and a technical trainer, that helps me motivate further. Thank you very much. And yeah, see you and gonna see you in the next video.